welcome back. This is Wendy Historian, and today we are talking about that time fans hacked airport security. Now, before we begin, I need to say this. I've been asked so many times to do a video about this, and I've hesitated up to this point because I have been a super fan for over a decade, and I remember so clearly so much of what happened back in the day, to the details and everything. But before I make every single one of these videos, I still make sure that I confirm the important things. Dates, locations, names. Our fandom has always had what I like to call a problem with the truth, and I never ever want any of my videos to contribute to that wealth of misinformation. But friends, I can't even verify the date when this happened. I remember this happening in spring of 2012. There is a news article online that talks about how this happened in fall of 2013, but then I found tweets that referenced this happening in December of 2012. So I'm just gonna have to tell how I remember it happening, and if you have access to any data that confirms or denies any of the details of my telling, please let me know. So let's get started. In April of 2012, One Direction headed to New Zealand to play a concert in Auckland. Fearing the overwhelming force of the Directioner army and the madness that tended to follow everywhere we went, One Direction was spirited secretly in and out of the airport. In fact, a spokesperson for the airport put out a statement saying, quote, "We discouraged the fans from coming to the airport." Well, this statement not only failed to have the desired effect because fans came to the airport anyway, but more fans managed to watch the boys at the airport than anyone ever could have imagined. On the day that One Direction was due to leave the country, an account on Twitter tweeted out a link to a live stream of the Auckland airport's security camera in the departure lounge. That camera was trained on Harry Styles sitting down, doing absolutely nothing. Harry appeared to be on his phone, and the live stream was up for just under 20 minutes before it went dark. And in those 20 minutes, the live stream link had been tweeted thousands of times, and thousands of viewers were watching the stream. Now, despite the fact that our fandom is great at documenting everything that goes on, and despite the fact that there definitely were recordings of the live stream, today absolutely no video exists of this incident. All that's left is one very sketchy screenshot. Now, this incident became fandom legend. Majority of people still remain convinced to this day that it was fans who hacked the security. Over the years, countless fans have come forward with these massive confessionals of like, oh, it was me and my friends who hacked it, or it was a bunch of Larrys who were looking for proofs about Larry. Or one person I remember coming out and saying like, me and my besties hacked it because we wanted to see Niall, but then Niall wasn't even there. If true, they would be confessing to a felony. But to say again, our fandom has always had a problem with the truth. Additionally, the live stream was of CCTV camera footage, and the CC in CCTV stands for closed circuit, meaning that the signal from the camera is only broadcast to a closed number of monitors. CCTV cameras can be hacked, sure, as long as one of those monitors is a computer with internet hookup. But even then, it's still very difficult, meaning they were probably inside jobs of someone paying security officers to give them footage of One Direction. I remember most people at the time had come to the conclusion that it was a security person who was streaming it. I know I did. So then where did the idea that the fans hacked it come from? I love our fandom, but we have always had a problem with the truth. Especially back in the day, we were obsessed with proving our worth as fans. And the more invasive the information that we had was, the more the fandom seemed to hold it as a trophy of our dedication. I mean, we used personal information as a way to test each other. Like, we differentiated if you were a real fan or a fake fan by whether you knew the boy's blood type. And that's always how this hacking was framed. Oh, we're so dedicated and we love them so much that we're willing to go to any lengths. And what could possibly prove your love and devotion more than invasively breaking international law? My mother told me